routine to your words. I'm excited. Let's get it. Let's get it. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Get myself together. Today on When Models Talk, we'll be talking to Mel Blue. I'm excited to have this conversation. 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. 2 parts. 1 part, 7. At 8 o'clock, part 2. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm excited. Just waiting for Mel to come in. And so we can get started. Okay. All right. Got everything together. I could have did more with my hair, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. Let's put this up. Where you at, Mel? What's going on? I should have texted her. But in the meantime, check out my YouTube channel. When Models, no. Check out my YouTube channel. Hey, Mel. Hey, girl. All right. You have to sign. Okay. Okay, everybody do the squint. Like, Like, what am I supposed to do it again? All right. I thought I added her. Oh. Want the Lord bless you with knowledge. Okay. Just waiting. Mel, let me know what you doing, girl. Try it again. Try requesting again. Hey, Stormy. Let me see. Because I don't know how to do it on my end. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, Mel, you gotta come back in, girl. So I can add you. I can request you. But I don't know how to do it. All right. Let's try it again. Go live with Mel Blue. Okay, you got it. We got this. Hey, Chico, you look cute!
Am I supposed to, get on my live and then she sees it? So do my viewers see that I'm live right now?
But we could do part 2 on your live if you want to do it that way. It's up to you.
That works.
And when you get yours, I'll just add it to mine. Like when you save it, make sure you save it.
Okay.
So then I can add it to mine. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, I'm excited because I ain't seen you in a hot minute, girl.
I know I haven't like forever. Is the volume good? Are we good?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And it's not, buffering, which is great.
Okay. Yes.
But you look good.
Thank you. Definitely.
Okay, so
Extra today.
yes, and I thought you was gonna have your natural.
Oh, so I forgot about that. I did think about it, but it wasn't ready. It wasn't ready to make its debut today.
No problem. Look, you look nice the way you are.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have Mel Blue here with us on When Models Talk. And so she is American fashion model turned financial advisor / planner. And she's been doing that for 6 years. Formerly director of New Faces with an agency. And now she is here with us on When Models Talk. Mel, what you doing?
Trying to see if the feed is coming through on my live.
Okay.
I think it does both.
I think it does because when you go on a live, it normally has both. It has both people that's being on their live connected with each other. From what I've seen.
Working.
From what I've seen. Just check it out and let me know. Okay?
Yeah, it's good. We're good.
Yes. And you just let me know if I need to. Well, I'll make sure I save it, and then when I save it, I'll make sure I send it over to you.
Okay, cool.
Awesome sauce. All right. Okay, I'll just read the comments, girl. But I don't know what that means, Storm.
Oh, okay, thank you, Storm. It said lady.
Okay. Okay. All right. So the reason why I'm excited because we're gonna be talking about a lot of very, very much so important things today. And as an icebreaker, let's get into our icebreaker, and that is Derrick Jaxn mentally stimulate me questions. It's a game. He has a whole series. I'm not gonna look at the ones that are a little too much. I'll stay focused on the ones that's very simple and not too bad. Okay.
And then
All right.
part 2, we can get into like the go with those.
No, I got another game for part 2.
Okay.
And it's good because have you ever heard of the show called Black Card Revolt?
Of course, because I vote and never issued back to me, or maybe. So.
Girl, it's okay because we're gonna educate you today, and you might know some of that stuff. I'm just saying, but it's gonna be Catrice's version of Black Card Revolt. It's gonna be called. I forgot what I was gonna name it. I'll think of it. It'll come back. All right, so for Mentally Stimulate Me by Derrick Jaxn. All right, so you ready for the question?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, and if you want to put in a comment as far as to answer the question as well, you are more than welcome to. All right, first question. Bay lost his job due to him being late and wants you to put a word in with your boss to help them get hired at your job. What do you do? A, help them get hired. B, referring them to a different job. C, getting them an app but not your cosign. D, telling them no because they're irresponsible.
D.
She said D. Like, you about to come and mess up my stuff at my job. Is that
right? If you can't be accountable where you are, I'm not going to have you come over to my.
No. You ain't about to mess up my coin. He said B or D. Refer them to a different job. Now that's true. That's true, Stormy.
I missed that one. Okay, so yes, refer them to a different job. Yes. Well, because also we probably don't work in the same field as well. So
yeah. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It depends on who Bay is.
It's true. But see, Bay wouldn't lose the job.
Girl. Because you being late.
Right.
First of all, we ain't responsible. You ain't gonna mess up no coin. You gonna get up early and be on job actually early.
Right.
So I'm just saying, we ain't got time for nobody. I can't have more drive than you. That's a problem.
This is true.
Don't bring the late crap here. I know that's right.
So here's my thing. You know, everybody says Netflix and chill. No, it's all about build and invest. Okay.
I know that's right.
Do that being late and whatnot because you Netflix and chilling. No, we are over here going to build and invest. Invest in.
Right. I'm here for that. You know, we're here. We're here. We are here.
Yes.
All right. So next question. Let me see. Okay, you and your bae see someone accidentally drop $20. Bae picks it up and keeps it. The person turns and asks bae if they saw the money, and he denies it. Do you A, co-sign bae's lie? B, keep quiet? C, reprimand bae later, but go along for the moment? B, snitch on bae?
First of all, I don't even like this bae, okay? Because this bae is so accountable on ways. So I would definitely tell that person, yes, we did see the $20, you know, this is yours. And bae and I would be over by him trying to deny that because you're not going to be, you know, a liar or deceptive. Like, we're not doing that.
First of all, I ain't missing out on my blessings. I'm signing with you.
You're going to reap what you sow.
Exactly. And it's only $20. God can give me way more than that. Here, take your $20.
I agree.
he got it. And I was like, give me the money. You know you found it. Give me the money. It's like reprimanding the kid. Give me the money. Yeah, that's being a thief. I know that's why you ain't gonna stop my blessings. We're good.
Is there a good bae?
Something wrong with bae. Something wrong with bae. I'm reading these guys.
I do not like this bae.
He got problems. He late. He stealing. He not honest.
Babe or baby? Like, cause this ain't it.
Ain't right. Okay, wait a minute. Let's do one more. Okay. So you come in from work and kiss who you think is your partner sleeping on the couch. It's their same-sex cousin who's staying the night and still sleep. What do you do? A, act like it never happened. B, confess to your partner what you did.
Wait, what do I do when I see that person?
You give him a kiss because you think it's your man on the couch.
So A was act like it never happened, and then B is say
confess to your partner.
B, confess.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would too.
You know how I am. Yes. B, confess.
Exactly. I'm like, it's a joke. It wasn't on purpose.
Lazy and a thief. I can't. Is there another
exactly? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
First of all, look, if you can steal from somebody else, you can steal from me. We ain't got time for that.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna do this last one. Because I want to know what you're gonna say. All right. So a psychic randomly tells you your name, birthday, and birthplace while you're out walking. Then tells you your partner is cheating on you, is out cheating. What do you do? A, ask the psychic for more details. B, telling the psychic to kick rocks. C, ignoring him or her. D, calling your partner to investigate.
I would definitely make the phone call.
You would call?
I would definitely make the phone call and inquire, because this could be but this person can also be, sent to me on purpose by whoever, I would definitely make the phone call to inquire.
He said we need an E. What's E gonna be? You know what? I think I would do. Hold up. Go find this fool. I cannot. So when it comes to, I would ask the psychic for more details because I want to know. Because just knowing my birthday and my birthplace, anybody could have set that up. But I do believe that that when it comes to psychics, a lot of times some of them be true. I'm just saying. But I will put this out here because I put it this way. My sister, she went to a psychic. The psychic knew a lot of stuff about her and all that good stuff, right? But then they told her that she was gonna have babies, like twin boys or something like that. When she went to like AC or something like that, and she was like, "Oh no, that's not gonna work for me." Her behind went and got birth control real quick, but the kind where you can't have a baby for 10 years. She was like, "You won't get kids out of me." But the psychic also told her, just trust in God. You don't need to come see a psychic. That's crazy when a psychic tell you that. They was like, you don't really need to come see us because just know that God got you.
Right.
But I don't mess around with no psychics.
I don't either. Not at all. Not at all.
No. I'm good. All right, so let's get into these topics.
So let me, because, and I'm not sure if this is going to go out, but give me 1 second because it keeps fading every time. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on.
Yes, God always got it. That would be true. Hey, Miss Ambition 23. Thanks for the comments, Stormy. We just waiting for Mel to come back. We're about to get into these topics, and we have a part 1 and a part 2 at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And as soon as she come back on, because we have a lot to talk about. She'll be back in. And in the meantime, check out my YouTube, Models Like Me Consulting Agency, or just Models Like Me. I'm going to post it up on my page. And check out my Real K Bailey page, which we're on right now, if you want to look at any old episodes of When Models Talk when I interview models. And if anybody's interested in actually going live with me at any point in time, just DM me. Let me know what you do. Of course, I prefer models, but if you are a designer, if you are a photographer, what else? An actor, anybody pertaining to entertainment that is required work for models. Basically, you have those expertise. If you are an agent, if you are someone who is a director of an agency, I would love to talk to you guys because that will educate us as models on what we need to be doing and how actually the business works. So, yeah, let me hit up Mel and see where she at. Hold on. Okay. Well, I don't know. So, let me go here. Okay. So, also, I'm going to say the topics while Mel's not here. So, the topics are importance of having an agency. Again, I let you guys know that Mel used to be a director of new faces with a model agency. Dating and relationships. We're going to talk about, what is it called? Dating outside your race. We're going to talk about financial planning. I think everyone, that is very important. Building wealth. Number one. We're going to hint on life insurance because that's a huge part of it, as well as your Black card. We were talking about, I just found out on BET Plus. Yes, BET Plus. They have a show called Black Card Revoked. If anybody has not watched this show, it is hilarious. So check it out, BET Plus, or it might be on YouTube. I ain't checked the YouTube part, but it might be there. And we're definitely going to have a conversation about, we're going to play a game. I came up with a game of my own for Black Card Revoked, but it's not called Black Card Revoked. It's Catrice's version of Black Card Revoked. What else? So as soon as she comes back on, we'll have a conversation, but it's definitely very much so educational for models because, again, she has worked at an agency and she knows firsthand what they're looking for and what they're not looking for. Also, yeah, let me get Mel up in here so that we can go and get this done. Give them, I can't, sorry. Let me see. Okay. Oh, shoot. There she go. I didn't see it, Mel.
So
my bad.
Out. I'm back. But the screen kept fading out. Like, if I don't touch it, I was like, oh, like, how do I turn, that tone off or, sleep mode? I don't know, but I'll just keep on touching, reaching out.
Did you put it on Do Not Disturb?
No. Do it. Okay.
Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I had to learn how to do that.
That means I'm going to go out again.
Just go to your settings. Okay.
It's on.
So, you got it. You good? You good?
I'm good. We're here.
Okay. So I was sharing with everybody the topics that we're going to talk about. I'm going to do a quick recap with you just to share so you know what you're, about to get into. So,
I was
important. Huh?
I said I was tuned in. I still heard everything that was going on.
Okay, so you got it. So I don't need to repeat myself. All right, we good. So, first we're going to get into the importance of having an agency. On your perspective, because we know at the end of the day, I'm on the fence with that. So educate me and educate others on, why is it important to have an agency?
So I always started off with an agency. I've never been a freelance model at all. I don't believe in being a model. That's not to knock anyone who is freelance, but being an agency model, so many perks that comes with it. And I'm quite the same thing with freelance. But when you go to a casting, for one, you're not going to get invited to certain castings unless you are signed with an agency. A lot of clients dealing with agency models and models from certain agencies, because okay, I have this professional model that's going to be here on set and they know exactly what to do. I'm not going to have to give a lot of direction. Direction is to me, it's also being lost at the same time. The other thing with agents is or managers, they can negotiate your rate, know exactly what the next agency is paying, what the next management is paying, and they know how to negotiate your rate based on what the booking is, how long it's for, your experts, and your back. And so that's the perks of it. Being a freelance model, you don't really have that in it. It's more so of, okay, you're freelance. So come on the set, what we're going to pay you. There's no argument about it because we can easily go off and get the agency model that we want. We're trying to take a shot, and that's it. The other thing too is you can also fall into the aspect of working for exposure as a freelancer. And a lot of people who are very green in the agency or just getting into the modeling agency think that, exposure is great. Such and such may be at this show. They may see me. This may be my moment, my big opportunity. And most of the it's just that fashion director or coordinator's way of not having to pay the models and, pocket the money themselves. I mean, fashion shows make a lot of money, especially the charity events. They make a lot of money off of ticket sales and the VIPs and stuff. So if you are just starting out and just want to see if this is something that you do, then most definitely freelance, go for the exposure. But once you get your feet wet and you realize, hey, I really want to take on and take you seriously, definitely stop doing freelance. Go out and know your worth and go out for the agency, because the very first thing is, if you are signed with an agency, you know exactly what your worth is, and you're going to get paid higher. You're going to get introduced to more casting directors and more casting agents than you would by clients.
Okay, so from my experience, the rebuttal. So my experience. Now, I do agree with everything you're saying, because when it comes to freelancing, you have to hustle a whole lot more. You have to actually know your rates. You have to know a lot of different things, and if you don't know it, you could get gypped, basically. And then the fact that you don't have an agency, a lot of different people, casting agencies and whatever else, they feel like they can give you a whole lot of a cheaper rates and not pay you what you're worth, only because of the fact that you're not with an agency. Even if you were with an agency, it's more like, okay, I'm still the same person, but because you have somebody backing you. So I know a lot of people say to me, Catrice, get with an agency, and I'm like, but you gotta think about it this way. There's not to downplay any agency, but I feel like there isn't that many agencies, like great agencies, except for a few, and that's in Philly. I definitely don't see much in Jersey. If somebody knows of agencies in Jersey, please let me know. Good agencies, not something that's a mom and pop. No, I want one that's actually going to get me places that I want to actually get to. So do you know anything about how someone can find an agency that does that? Gets you actually great jobs, actually stuff that actually gets you paid well. How does that work?
The paying part. I know that we spoke on this, off the air.
Yeah.
It's each agency has their own insight with every client.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And then every model within that agency doesn't get paid this. So as far as searching for that agency and who's going to make sure that I have lucrative jobs and that I'm actually getting paid what I would look at their work, look at the clients I tend to work with all the time, and if you see that they are doing big bookings with well-known clients as far as photographers, magazines, fashion shows, and promotional work, even being a brand ambassador, you can guarantee that they do have a lot of pull and that they're making money. You determine that by where the agency is actually housed. It actually looks. Just knowing that the agency itself has a real home office and a box address. You know that this agency is legit. Also the website. The website will tell you who's on there, you know, what models have done what work. They're will know about them. So that's the best way to find out, okay, is this agency, you know, sure that they negotiate, that they really believe in me, and that they're not just going to represent me, but make sure that I'm paid as well as they are. Because the agency is only as good as the quality of models that they sign.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree with everything you just said. I might think about.
For sure.
Say that one more time, because you blinked in it.
Has to be there for sure. So you can't have a model who's, you know, lazy. I only want to do this job, and I only want to do fashion. And it's like, no, sweetheart, you are commercial print. Like, you have to know that this agency is going to work in your best interest, and not. That's a big mistake I made getting into the agency. I know a lot, and it's very natural to me, but I was very, very, very stubborn when I first started. I was like, oh, like Naomi Campbell, there's contacts. I'm going to make sure that my, and I'm going to have highlights in my hair, and I'm going to have, you know, hair color that I wanted. It wasn't crazy. It just wasn't natural. And I could not understand the whole natural beauty aspect. So yes, there's a ton of times before I got signed with the major agencies, local in Maryland, there's a ton of times that I showed up to set with a full face makeup on, and they still booked me, but you could tell she doesn't have a clue as to what she's doing.
Yeah, but they say come with a clean, very natural face.
Exactly, because they understand and realize that the purpose in having a clean, natural face, you know, and showing very simple is so that way whatever vision that they have to put on you, it's a clean canvas. You know, you can't see past the makeup, like different without contour and highlights.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, nuggets, giving all the nuggets. I'm here for it because I'm learning. But I do absolutely agree with everything you're saying, because that's some of the experiences I've had early on. I was actually more receptive to everything what they were saying. I actually was like, okay, let me listen and not come in here and think I know everything. So that was a plus for me. But I learned a lot about agencies and about what they do and what they don't do, the stuff that I like and I don't like. And I know one situation where, this is what I didn't like, but I understood, I guess, on the agency sense, because they had a whole bunch of models that they model/actors come together to do a shoot for a commercial, and not just a commercial, but a whole bunch of stuff. But all the models got paid like pennies. And even though it was actually, we had fun, but I want to get paid. I want my money. So, and it was like maybe a 12-hour day, and the pay was pennies. And I was like, hold on now. Because, you know, we start talking while we there, like, we here all, because we thought we were only going to be there for 2 hours. And it turned into, they were like, no, it's a full day. And I think that's the agencies, it's all about trust, put it that way.
Yes.
If I feel like I can trust you and you're loyal, and that's even in relationships.
Yes.
With the agency, I'm here for it. I'm just like you said, when it comes to knowing that they basically have your back. Like, this is what I'm going to teach you. This is why you are print and commercial. This is why you are.
But hour set turning into 12 hours, that agency is going to make sure that you get that overtime.
Girl,
sure.
No.
Mine did.
No.
Mine did.
It was terrible. But the thing is, don't get me wrong, we had like the people that were there, we had so much fun. And we definitely enjoyed ourselves, but we looked like, why would you send us for pennies? And we thought we were going to be there. And it was not a cute drive. It was a long drive to even get there. So we were like, okay, this is fine. But who said 12 hours? We said 2. Yeah, how are you going to? That's crazy, going from 2 to 12. Exactly. And you literally pennies. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. It made me start thinking, like, wait a minute. And my thing is, if you're going to do stuff like that, please be upfront and let me know, like, okay, so we have a contract with these people that we provide this many amount of models. Look, honesty is the best policy. And you tell me, I'm like, okay, we good. You got me on that next shoot, though? The good one? But still, just be honest. I feel like if you just be honest, I'm okay. Again, in relationships, if I feel like you're a great partner, I'm going to help you out because I know you're going to help me out. But if you send me to a shoot and we were supposed to be 2 hours and it turns into 12, and you only paying me pennies, we ain't getting no overtime. There was no overtime.
Get fed? Did they feed you?
We ate. No, don't get me wrong. The shoot was nice because we had fun. Like, we had a blast. But we were on. First of all, we got paid only a little bit of money. We were on the commercial. We were on every flyer. We were on, like, they did the whole thing of us. Like, I feel like we should have been paid so much more than we were actually paid. That's the only reason why, when it comes to agencies, I get a little about it. So that's where our difference comes in with agencies. But if you be honest with me and say, Patricia, you about to do a 200, I'm saying the price, a $200 job for 12 hours when it was technically supposed to be 2 hours, I'll be like, about that. But if I like you and we're cool, I'm like, you know what, I'm fine with that. It's a good day. They're going to feed me. We're going to have fun. I'm going to be on this. We're going to do this. I'm cool. It's just about being honest. That's my whole thing when it comes to agencies. If you're honest with me, I'm older. I have kids. If you're honest, I'm straight. But
I agree.
So backtrack. I didn't ask you, how did you get into modeling?
Okay. I was, I want to say I was 15. And we had like a career day at school where different companies came, and Barbizon was there, modeling school Barbizon. And I wanted so bad to go up to them and say, hey, like, I'm interested in modeling. At the time I'm 5'10". At the time I was getting closer to 5'10". I was about 5'9". I had no idea as to what the modeling industry was like or anything. Honestly, as a kid, I always said, oh my gosh, I just want to be famous. And my parents would always tell me, not a career for that. But I didn't go up because I was bullied a lot. I was bullied very hardcore from 6th grade up until 11th grade. So my self-esteem was and everything. So one day I'm in the basement and I'm watching TV, and this ad comes across the screen, and it's Barbizon modeling school. And they're like, you want to be a model or just look like a model? Give us a call and email us and tell us, even if you just want to just look like a model. And so I sat there and I said, okay, if it comes across the screen again, the information, I'll go ahead and take a shot at it. And it did. So right then and there, I got on my computer, put all my information in. This was like, I want to say January. I'm not sure what the year was, but it was January. About a couple of weeks later, they called the house. My parents answered the phone, and they said, yeah, like, is Melanie Blue there? And for everyone who doesn't know, Blue is actually my legal last name. And so, Melanie Blue there. I remember very clear, my mother was like, well, who is that? And my modeling agency, and my mother had no clue what I was doing or whatever. So, they give me the phone, I'm on the phone with them, and they're like, congratulations, we have selected you, to an audition for a modeling school. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, my life has not changed. had I felt so good, so confident, and so, you know, wanted by a mass of people. And I was like, this is really going to be great. So to the audition, okay, in my mind, I had, like I said, had no idea how models dress, how models act or anything. So my thing was to dress like I'm going to a job interview. Sure enough, girl there with a double-breasted suit on. That was probably like too big, but I thought I'm going to kill it. Okay, I'm going to kill it. And I'm leaving out of here with it. And I was the only one who was dressed up. Everybody else wasn't up to par. We'll put it that way. I don't want people to think I'm a snob, but they were not up to par. So I talked with one of the managers that was there from like a different school, and they so call. I came up with the best pictures that I could come up with to, you know, give to, still not knowing. And my foundation was not even the right color. Okay, I had a mask on. Okay, they gave me a call. When they called me back, they said out of 500, you know, people that came to our audition, we only chose 50, and you're one of our top. Long story short, that's where my career took off. That's honestly where it took off, was Barbizon Modeling School. And I became a natural. I was literally a natural at it. The way that I walked, the way I carry myself, everything, pose, everything just came natural. And I had never done this before. Like, I'm a tomboy. So me being and very feminine was like, hold on, who is this? Like, my name was
Yes, girl.
And then the heels on top of that was like, I never wore heels. I never wore heels before. I never wore jewelry, always lost it. But I just so comfortable and so at home with being, I took my classes. And before graduation, I got picked up by my, which was local. So I went to the Barbizon School of Modeling in Towson, Maryland. With my very first agency, and was in my very first film as a student, movie Rocket Science. Jeffrey Blitz was the director. So here I am, haven't even completed modeling school. It's so funny because people would come up to me, they would start asking, you know, either, oh, do you play basketball? I hated that because it's like, oh my gosh, I have made this transition. I'm feminine now. Like, people see the beauty in it. No, I'm not a basketball. Like, people recognize I'm a model now. And then so when they would say like, oh, are you a model? I would say, yes. My mother would say, it's like, no. We're calling
What's your mom say?
What did your mom say? She said she's in training. I was like, we're calling this into existence.
I'm like, Mom.
I did everything. Oh my gosh. Stop. And yes. Did my very first movie with Jeffrey Blitz as the director for Rocket Science. We filmed that in Baltimore. And then a couple months later, I got my first runway show. Whew. When I tell you I had never been nervous, and now, like, I don't get nervous, embarrassed, or offended by anything. But that show, mind you, I barely know how to walk in high heels. At that time, 3 inches was killing me, okay? Killing
girl.
My 3 inches? 3 inches, yes, at that time. My very first garment was a gown. So I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I always pray before each show. And I'm like, Lord, please fall. Don't let me trip over this garment. Don't let me mess it up. Don't let me tear it. Like, I don't love me and everything. And I killed it. It was great.
That's good.
And then, you know, I progressed on. I became a hair model for Matrix and L'Oreal Paris, as well as KMS and Goldwell, and went on from there to actually having a time in my life that I felt like I'm going to just retire and hang it up. My big was to walk in Fashion Week, walk in New York. At the time, you know, it was at Bryant Park, and it was to walk in Fashion Week. My time, I've always had great relationships with them, you know. Became very close, but my agent at the time told me that, well, you're not going to be able to make it because you're not small enough. Like, you need to be a size 2. At the time, I was size 02. I'm not trying to be anorexic. And that was my whole mindset. And, you know,
Yeah.
not having a butt, like, forever. It was just like, well, I'm never going to have one now. But size 0 to 2 felt so impossible to me. But I knew that I could do it. I was like, all right, my runway walk is killer. Like, I am going to do this. And Holy Spirit just spoke to me and said, not the one. It's time for you to leave that agency. You've already been with that agency. Start off with, this is what you want, claim it. So I'm in New York in Fashion Week. I walked by Bryant Park and I literally just started confessing. I was like, decree and declare, I'm going to walk in Fashion Week right here in New York. You know, I'm going to work for different designers and, you know, really make it. And I'm going to run with it. That
now.
fall. Again, I don't remember the year, but it was fall, which would have been in February. The very next season, I get invited to the show for spring, summer. And then the season after that, which would have been the following February, the year later, walking in Fashion Week. And I was just like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, just confessing and decreeing and declaring that come from, you know, and I ended up leaving that agency, and that's when I got signed to a major modeling agency. But it was all of, okay, I've out the agency that I started off with. I now have to branch, got to do the lead work. Yes, you know, it wasn't just like an overnight thing. I did have to work for it. I had at the time who had, you know, or still has all the connections to the major design casting directors, and he gave me that list with me. He did test shots with me and really worked with me to get there to fashion. And it's just, yeah.
And this is when you were with the new agency?
So the local one was the one who told me I couldn't get it. And then once I started working with my PR at the time, he's the one who got me all these test shoots and got me the list of, you know, directors and different agencies also to contact. And then, yes, when I got with my newer agency, that's major. That's when I eventually walked in here at Fashion Week and kept up every season. So.
Okay, go ahead. Look what happens when you confess it. You say, Lord, you know, you're declaring it.
Yes, I decree and
what we gonna get.
Yes. Don't know who I'm gonna be walking for. Don't know how I'm gonna get there. But
exactly. And I think that's something that people have to not only declare it, but also work towards it.
Yes.
Say that again.
I said, believe it and put in the lead work. You have to.
Exactly.
God is not a genius.
Girl, you gotta get it done. Like, oh, I know I run into a lot of models that want an agency just so the agency can do everything, which is cool. But at the same time, you still have to put in the work.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
It's a lot more to it than just, okay, they just gonna give me the job. You still gotta take care of your skin. You still gotta take care of your hair. You still gotta do it's a whole lot more to it. And you have to stay fit. Stay in that realm of what you want. If you know, say that again.
Because a lot of models not return for the following season to walk in Fashion Week. And I don't think people realize that, but I mean, Fashion Week will wear you down if it's not really in your heart. And so to return season after season to walk is a major blessing. It doesn't happen like that. And I think people don't realize just how much hard work it is. Like, you know, Fashion Week for us is the Super Bowl. So making it to the Super Bowl is like, you know, and then it's the level of staying there that you can pick yourself. So.
Yeah, because I've seen, like when I went to like different castings in New York when I was hustling and bustling, because I was like, if y'all can't get me in New York, I'm going to get myself.
Yes. Yeah.
So when I went and I was, you know, going back to New York, everybody was like, you stay going to New York. And I'm like, because that's where I want to be. That's where it's so much more you're going to accomplish down there. So when I would go back and forth, and then I would, and it's like a different world.
Oh yeah.
It's a different world down there.
Yeah.
So when I would get down there and I would go to different casting agencies and I would be listening to the other models, you know, style hustle, they got, you know, and some of them would be so excited. Some of them got phone calls for Victoria's Secret fashion show. And I'm looking at her like, oh my gosh, that's where I want to be. And
wait, remind me to tell you about Victoria's Secret, okay?
all right, you know, listen, you tell me now. Tell me now, girl.
All right. I had to turn the volume up.
Okay. You ready? You gonna tell me? Because I want to know.
Now. Wait, okay.
So we don't forget. I need, you know, spill the tea.
I've never thought about this moment until this interview right now. It's never or until you mentioned it, we're, you know, having this conversation. You want to know the biggest thing I've ever done as a model? It was not wearing.
Don't tell me you turned down Victoria's Secret. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Say it again. Say it one more time. Don't tell me you did that.
Okay.
I can't.
I told you I have lived several lives, okay? I have experienced a lot. And I was married. And for my honeymoon, right, it was like, I want to say 2 weeks before I was going, I am single now, people, very single. First and all, I am happily single. Let me just, in case the camera like, cut out or whatever, I am happily single.
I know,
but
that's right.
I was married. I got for Victoria's Secret. They wanted me to be a stand-in for them. And I work, I believe in, you know, supporting your spouse and communication. So I told my ex-husband, who was my husband at the time, you know, hey, like, you think about pushing our honeymoon back because Victoria's Secret has contacted and wants me to. And honestly, I can't remember what he said. I don't know if he agreed to it or disagreed to it, but I just know the outcome of what happened. And I skipped it because I looked at it like you put your family first, even though that was a failed marriage. But I put the marriage first. And instead of, you know, going on to for Victoria's Secret, I went on my honeymoon that almost got me killed. Let's just
Lord, give us strength. How you turn, girl? It's called support.
Instead of me being where I should have been with Victoria's Secret on set as a stand-in model, I'm out here in the Grand Canyon about to die and be thrown off the cliff because my ex-husband killed me. But, you know, yes. But that would not be the first or the last time that I have been contacted by Victoria's Secret in Jesus' name.
I know that's right. That's the decree and declare, girl. Decree and declare.
Yes. Yes. When this COVID thing is over, I am going to be a Victoria's Secret model. Yes.
Yes, we are putting our stamp on it now.
Yes.
Girl, first of all, one thing I learned, even though we'll be talking about relationships later, but one thing I learned when it pertains to relationships, if you're with somebody and they do not support you and they only feel like me, it's all about me, then it's time to go. It's been situations where, even when it pertains, I've had situations myself where I wanted to model, and then all of a sudden, listening to the person I was with, they didn't want me to do it, so I didn't do it. Or if I wanted to go to a particular type of, when I wanted to go to college, I wanted to go to a college that's going to give me a full scholarship, full ride, everything, girl.
Okay.
Hold on.
Correct.
Wait a minute. Okay, I gotta change my thing around because my phone about to die. But it's on the charger. Wait a minute. Let's see. Okay, so yeah. wanted to go to a particular type of college for a track scholarship that I was going to have. And the person I was with, he was like, no, I don't want you to go because you're going to cheat on me. I ain't never cheat on this fool a day in my life. First boyfriend. Wasn't thinking about nobody's cheating.
Do we all have the same story? Do we all have the same?
And I turned the school down.
Oh.
I turned it down because I ain't know no better.
Yeah.
I should have said, bye, Felicia, got to go. And that was, we only had one kid at the time. So, come on. And it was come on. But girl, but I wound up going to college anyway. But
Good.
Somewhere local, somewhere closer. And it worked out because I still got my degree or whatever. So, but still, full scholarship, full ride, running track. Girl, you wouldn't see me on the runway though. You would see me on the track fit at the Olympics. That's where I would have been, girl. But yes. So, but I think it's very important to, if you have someone that's your spouse or whatever it is, they want to see you. That's how you know when you're in a relationship that ain't right. If that person's telling you no for something that's going to benefit you. Say that again.
I say your circle of friends matters too, because like I said, I started off modeling when I was 15. And I remember the friends that I had during that time that my parents were forcing me to be a model. And I kept telling them all the time, no. Like I missed a lot of school between 11th and 12th grade year because I was working a lot, as a fact, going to acting school and really making sure that I make an imprint with my career starting off. But they really did. My parents, had forced me to do this. And I was like, no, this is all me. Like I'm already thinking future. I'm, 15, 16. I'm already thinking about 5 years from now. So, yeah.
As you should be. As you should.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get into, back into the importance of having an agency, but I also want to touch on universal model challenges.
Okay.
So, and how Black models are looked at, and your expertise, your knowledge. What do you want? Express that. How are we looked at? Being at an agency and knowing how it is. In your opinion, in her opinion, in my opinion, everything we say is our opinion. It's our experiences. Look, you can't deny somebody's experience. So, how are we seeing? What are some universal model challenges?
All right.
I can't say it. Go, girl.
It's about to get real. As a Black model, I think a lot of people don't think that I am aware of the culture because I don't have a Black card, so to speak. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But I am aware. With the industry, we as Black models, we're looked at as novelties. I don't know a better word than to say, and by novelty, I mean trending, something that's in right now. Oh, this is what we're going to go for this season, or you'll have a couple of Black models that are on the runway that you see season after season. But you're not going to like what I'm going to say, for the people listening, but it's the honest to God truth. Okay. Yes, we do still have diversity issues in the fashion world, but
Absolutely.
It's also from an individual aspect. And I mean that to say with models themselves, you have to know the business and you just have to know what the market is. And then is just being marketable. The reason why a model who has different facial features or looks exotic, because like I was telling you, I would get castings all the time when I first started that would say, oh, we're looking for an exotic model. And I never responded. And my agent at the time was like, why aren't you responding to this casting?
I'm talking about you.
It says exotic model. She's like, that means black, honey. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I had no idea. And that's the thing, is different features, you know, if as long as you don't look too black, and you don't act too black, you're going to get, if you can't, you know, have a universal look that markets to everyone, whether it's in the European, South American, Canadian market, or just all, and just be in mainstream magazines. As long as you have that diversity look, there's not going to be that problem of the book. This is why you see in commercial advertising, you know, mixed black models or models with curly hair, not kinky hair, but curly man. It's a thing of, there's not a lot of people who are on set who feel comfortable working with kinky hair, you know, and believe it or not, I actually do have kinky hair. Like, you just would just never see that. But they don't feel that comfortable. They're not comfortable with the skin complexion. We should never, no model, I don't care what ethnicity you are or what complexion you are, we should have to bring our own foundation on set. Do you know how many have had to do that? And my foundation that I wear, thank you to MAC Cosmetics, is 2 different tones. So I can't just one tone. I literally have to use 2 different type of foundation colors just to get that. And there's not a lot of makeup artists who are comfortable with doing that, or hair and stuff like that. So being a model, being a black model, you know, has this, because no, you don't look, chances are there's probably only going to be a few of you. But the about that is, okay, so there's 3 of us here, but guess who's going to shine and be number 1? Myself. You have to learn and use that to your advantage, and not, you know, as a racial aspect. You can't think like that. If you continue to go against racial issues and this is what's happening, instead of thinking positive, how you as an individual or as a come together and overcome that, you're going to forever hold yourself in a box and feel like you're, because you're attention to whatever society is putting out there of what it is that you can do. Speak against those obstacles. Okay, so it's only, you know, 1 black model here. Speak against that and say, okay, the next show that I have is going to be 10 of them here, or I'm going to get booked this just as much. I've been on set with models who complain that they don't get booked. They feel like it was going to the white models, different ethnicity. I never had that problem, and I'm just going to be very honest. Always gotten just as much as the white models, and I know that's work hard, and because of my personality, a lot of people don't have to have a personality as well, and just able to communicate with everyone on set, even as the, you know, work stylist, where the hair, you speak to everyone, because you never know who's going to take you to the next level, how they're going to remember you and get you on bigger. But definitely looked at as novelties. You know, when you see, you know, African models who have a deeper, darker complexion, you know, and then I go back to people of our complexion. But I don't think that anybody should ever look at the industry as being racist. It has its challenges, but if that's what you want to do and you want to go after it. But just know that, of course, an agency is not going to, if you are, if they're looking for a high fashion model and you're 5'5", forget about it. They're also not going to sign you with a size 40 hips with a big butt. This is
a size 40 hips and a big butt.
Right. This is one reason why I am completely fine with not having a butt, because I know that as long as I don't have one, I will stay my measurements and I will continue to get booked. That's my love. That's what I, you know. But people just have to understand that you have to just know your market. You have to know the right, you have to know who to go to. You know, you just can't expect. The biggest thing is people don't realize that this is the only profession that you cannot sue for discrimination, because a director or a photographer didn't want you on set because, you know, you were too dark, they were for somebody lighter, or that you have blonde hair and they really wanted somebody who's brunette. You can't sue them or file a HR complaint because they didn't want you. It's the only industry where you have to have tough skin and just understand that you're not going to book every job and everybody's not going to be looking at you.
Okay, so this is about to shut off. So we're doing our next When Models Talk at 8, which is 8 o'clock now.